Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Natasha Abinsa. Joining us from Airdrie, Alberta, Canada, health and life coach, perception reframing therapist at Principality Life Coaching, it's Amara Prince.
Hi
How
there.
you doing today, Amara?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
That's
For the
good.
people that didn't hear you previously, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. I am a life coach and I also do health coaching. So I help people to work on overcoming obstacles that come up in their life that get in the way of living the life they want. So I help them build confidence, healthy relationships, parenting strategies, shifting mindsets from a negative to a positive. I help people create healthy exercise plans, meal plans, all that kind of stuff too.
Are we going to talk about the COVID fatigue?
Sure, yeah, if you'd like, I can definitely talk about that. So something that is an issue that a lot of people are struggling with is something that psychologists are calling COVID fatigue. And that's where people are starting to feel the effects of being isolated, where they're starting to have stress because of a lack of work, and just the worries about getting sick. And so something that I thought would be great to talk about today would be to focus on how to deal with that. So when the government restrictions become greater and work is lost, isolation becomes greater, it's a recipe for depression and anxiety. And it can become where it feels sort of like a perpetual Saturday. So one of the best things that anyone could do is create a schedule for yourself and stick to it. And make sure that that schedule includes activities that fill your bucket physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So physically, some ideas would be to schedule in a workout for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, getting into some body movement, making a meal plan with lots of veggies and berries, drinking protein powders that have prebiotics, probiotics, just to really optimize your gut health, which is the key to emotional health and physical health and boosting your immune system so that you're better able to fight anything that you might get. It's good to do stretches, some yoga, and, hug someone who's in your cohort, or even a pet, just to get that physical contact in. Some ways to help mentally is to schedule in some mental health activities. So creating a list of positive things about yourself and your abilities to read every day, read a good book, update some of your work skills by doing some online learning, do some creative outlets like painting, drawing, service for others, maybe do 20 minutes of meditation daily would all be really good for your mental health. And then for your emotional, spiritual health, make sure that you're scheduling in daily ways to build and fill your bucket that way. So some examples would be talk to a life coach, a counselor about your worries and make a plan. So sometimes it's good to get that outside help. Acknowledge your feelings and ask yourself what they're trying to tell you. So if you're feeling anxious, what is that, feeling trying to tell you? And what can you do about it to take your power back? Spend some time in nature, listen to positive inspirational music, connect with others 3 times a week. You could do video chats. There's some fun ways to connect on video chats that you could come up with. I have a friend that I cook with once a month. So we're on video and she shares a recipe and she shows me how to make a new recipe once a month over video. And so it's just a really fun way to connect with someone even while staying safe with the COVID restrictions. And you could just read positive affirmations. So those are sort of my big tips on how to keep yourself emotionally and mentally well, physically well during COVID, and to help keep you feeling happy and joyful, especially with the Christmas season coming up. January is statistically the highest month for depression and for suicide. And so anything that you can do during December to be preventative and to be active is going to really help you to not get stuck in those, winter blues in January. So those are my biggest tips for you. So just create a schedule, stick to it, be active, and use it as a time of reflection and learning.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you.
What are some of the obstacles that you have to overcome in your career that will inspire other men and women such as yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. So I have had many obstacles to overcome in my career. The biggest three were losing my husband to cancer. I have had lots of my own health problems, and then, of course, the impact of COVID. It can be difficult to keep up the momentum of success when life throws you curveballs like that. And so, my biggest suggestion to other business owners is to take things in stride. Like, there is a time and a season for all things. And so, when something throws you a curveball, just try going with it. Use the situation as an opportunity to adapt your business in a new way that works. And, you might come up with things that you've never tried before. As I've done this each time, my success has actually been bigger than the previous, and my business has kind of molded and formed to fit me and my life even better than I could have actually imagined. With COVID, for example, I had to close my office because I couldn't see people in person. And so I just went completely online doing video sessions now and learning new ways to do online group sessions. And I'm actually really enjoying how things have kind of shifted. Even though it wasn't something that was optimal in the beginning, I've kind of made the best of it and it's working out well. So that's my biggest suggestion. Just be adaptable and just keep moving forward. You got it.
Did you have a mentor growing up, or are you currently mentoring anyone?
That's a good question. My parents, I would actually have to say, are my greatest mentors. They worked really hard to teach me to have good values and to work hard. They taught me to be creative and industrious and how to build an idea into a business. My parents are both very entrepreneurial. They both taught me how to just love big and be generous and be kind. And my mom always had a huge bulletin board full of inspirational thoughts and quotes over our laundry table. So every time we picked up our clothes to put them away, we would see those. And so she was just such a good example to me of problem solving and asking questions. And really, she was just a life coach before life coaches were even a thing. So that's my biggest mentor. And as far as mentoring other people, when I coach people, I'm mentoring people, right? So I have, several people that I'm mentoring at the moment, and I'm always open to mentoring more.
Would you like to share a story of someone you helped, their experience, and how they overcame what was challenging them?
Sure, that's a good question. So, let me think. I have one client who just really stands out to me. She was going through a divorce and really struggling with feeling lost as to who she is and what to do with herself going forward. And she had made her whole identity like her kids and her husband. And so through the work that we did, we were able to help her to tap into her identity, who she truly is, and what she has to offer, and what she loves about herself, and the talents that she has, and we were able to move forward. And so she was able to go do a bunch of schooling and is now actually coaching as well. And she's just such a shining light to the world and brings so much hope to other people who have also struggled with the same thing. So what I love about the work I do is that I've been able to take the past things that I've struggled through and had to learn lessons through, and I've been able to pass that on to other people who are going through similar things so that it's easier for them, and then they can help other people in return. And it's just sort of like this big ripple effect of helping spread goodness and positivity in the world.
Absolutely. In your opinion, what are some issues in the workplace that men and women should work together to eradicate?
That's a really good question, too. I really feel that every person needs to learn that they are enough. So many people just have insecurities in themselves and their abilities, and if they could realize that they have everything within them and that they need to succeed to live a beautiful life, that the only competition is their own self, and they don't need to try to outdo or change themselves or anyone. And if we can be accepting of ourselves, we can be more accepting of the differences in others, and you're just more likely to accomplish what you're setting out to because you believe in yourself. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, is just remembering, like, you are enough, you're amazing, and you're totally capable of achieving what you set your heart out to.
You're absolutely right. How did you get your start?
So I worked really hard and didn't let anything get in my way. I did my online coaching program while my husband was really ill with a brain tumor. He needed lots of care. I was cutting hair part-time. I used to be a hairstylist. And I was taking care of my 3 little kids, and I was starting to have my own health problems. But I knew that it would mean a better life for all of us on the other side. So I just hunkered down and I did it all. Like, there are lots of nights I only got 2 or 3 hours a night of sleep. But, it was the best thing I could have ever done for myself and my family. It was put in my heart to coach and to shift gears in my career. And I'm just so grateful that I did. So if you're not happy with your life, you have to be willing to put in the work and sacrifice a few things just to make changes, have things come out differently. Excuses will only kind of leave you stagnant and in the same place. So put the excuses aside, believe in yourself, and you can get through anything.
We are going to take a short commercial break, Amara. For the listeners who want to join into the conversation after the break, our number is 631-569-4576. We have her on. You can ask her a question. She is here. She is listening, and she has all of the answers. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short commercial break.
Phoebe Rose New York is cool yet conscious. A fashion handbag brand that uses elements of natural or recycled materials that come from plastic bottles. They are recycling, upcycling, and ethical. Each handbag is edgy, but has classy appeal to enhance buyers' unique and authentic style that they would want to display. For information about Phoebe Rose New York, contact April or Barbara at 646-522-5110 or visit HebeRoseNewYork.com. Together, let's save Mother Earth. One beautiful handbag at a time. A bold statement by wearing a custom jewelry design from Margie Cedrone, Artisan Jeweler, located at 121 Haddon Avenue in Westmont, New Jersey. Telephone number 215-384-7155. Margie Cedrone is an artisan jeweler who has been a permanent fixture on the renowned Jewelers Row in Center City, Philadelphia since 1988. Starting her business in 1982, all of Margie's designs are individually handmade as well as custom designed. She's one of the only jewelers left in the area who still crafts the finest tailor-made diamond jewelry, whether it's a statement piece or an everyday item. In addition to her one-of-a-kind designs, she specializes in pearl stringing and bead jewelry repairs. Margie Cedrone Jewelry pairs nearly 30 years of experience with the building of lifelong client relationships. Dr. Jacqueline has been a client and friend of Margie Cedrone for many, many years. Each week during my show, Rapping with Dr. Jacqueline, live on Business Talk Radio, I will be featuring one of the beautiful pieces of jewelry that Margie custom made for me. I urge you to contact Margie through her website, MargieCedroneJewelry.com. Wait no longer to make your own bold statement. Do your emotions and habits control you? Do you feel trapped by your own mind? There is a door to freedom, and it's just a step away. Bella Healing Hypnosis combines counseling, mind-body techniques, and hypnosis to guide and support you whatever your issue. Take the step, open the door, relax, and become the best version of yourself with Isabella. Contact Bella Healing Hypnosis today. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The Buisness Radio Show. And the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Welcome back. We are live with Amara, life coach. She is telling us all about her perception on things and obstacles to overcome in her career. And I know being a life coach, there's a lot of positivity that comes with it. So my next question is, in the past week, month, or year, what were your 3 most positive moments?
Oh, this is a good question. I think one of my most positive moments is being able to do this. I have wanted to do some public speaking and to be able to move forward and being able to get my name out there and to be able to just share the information that I have. So the ability to do this radio talk show has been one of the best things I've done in the last couple weeks. So thank you.
You're absolutely welcome. What do you have to have accomplished by the end of the year? I know it's a couple weeks away, but what is one of those accomplishments that you would like to do?
One of the accomplishments that I'd like to do. I've been working a lot on some new group coaching programs that I've been putting together to put online, and I would love to have those ready to get going for January 1st. So I've got some health coaching programs where people can go online and be supported in their weight loss goals and their exercise goals and their health goals, and be able to just really start the year off great. So I'm just getting all that ready and set to go. So starting January, we're ready to go. So that's what I'm working on for the next couple of weeks, getting that all wrapped up, ready to launch.
What are the best ways for you to support yourself at this point and motivate yourself?
That's a good question too. Speaking of creating a daily schedule, that's probably the biggest thing. A lot of people look for outside sources to motivate them. So if they have their work schedule or kids being in school, and so with COVID, a lot of that gets taken away. And so that's my biggest help, is to be able to create a schedule for myself. I sit down every night and I look at my next day and I say, okay, what needs to be done? Where am I at? What are my long-term goals, and what are 1 or 2 steps I need to take to move towards that? And then the next morning, I know exactly what I'm doing when I get up, and I just get right to it. So creating schedules and lists are just huge in creating success. Absolutely.
Have you heard of the GROW model?
I don't think I have. Tell me a little bit more about it.
It's kind of a framework for your goals. So the first one would be goal. The second one will make it into your reality. The other one is weighing out your options. And then the last one is W, which is your way forward. So is that something that you put into place for January?
Oh,
You have all these things lined up?
I actually really love that. I've never heard of that before, but really that's what life coaching is it's figuring out, where you're at right now, where you want to be, and then making realistic goals and action steps to move towards it. Ones that are attainable, right? So that you can move forward. So yeah, absolutely. We've got that as part of everything that I do. Is always like, what do I what do I want to do to move forward, and then how do I do that and get going, for sure. I like that.
And what do you see is a real challenge right now for anybody, not just yourself, for every individual out there?
I think just knowing how to deal with stress and the unknown that's happening with COVID. It's the rules change daily. Depending where you are in the world and listening to this, but I know in Canada it just seems like every week or every other week the government rules change. Like, you can go out now, you can't wear a mask, don't, and so that leaves people feeling really unsettled, because as human beings we really rely on routines and consistency, and so as soon as those things get taken away, it's easy to fall into anxiety because we don't know what to expect. And so I think that's something that a lot of people, well, I do know a lot of people are really struggling with, just the unknown. And so the more that you can just take your power back and create consistency and routine for yourself from within yourself, that really saves everything. Like, because there was so much unknown for us, I homeschooled my kids and I brought my office home. And so even though everything in the outside world is changing constantly with the rules, what can be done, and shopping, and are we going to be sick, and all that stuff, it really hasn't impacted us. Our lives are literally the same every single day because we just decided to bring everything inward a little bit, take control of our own schedule, our own time frame, everything. And then when the world settles out, then we'll go back into, school and working outside of home and all those things. So I think that's probably one of the biggest things that people can do is find ways that you can create consistency for yourself and routine for yourself, and stress management through meditation, through learning to go with the flow is a big thing too. Not trying to control outcomes, but just learn to just go with the flow. It all works out.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Being an accomplished professional, what quote or word of inspiration can you give to encourage others to follow their dreams?
I love that question. So the quote that I always stick to and have for years is live, love, laugh. It's been my motto now for years because it's just helped me through so many hard times. So life is short and unpredictable, so live it in the present, live it fully, and live it joyfully. Love is literally miraculous and a gift. So love yourself, be compassionate with yourself, be forgiving of yourself, love other people with healthy boundaries, and I really truly believe that love is a very healing gift. And so living in love, and then laughter is literally the best medicine. I just find it so helpful to find humor in everything, find good people to laugh with. Nothing feels better than laughing till your side hurts and your eyes are like spilling over with tears, so find reasons to be happy and see the good in situations and in people, and it makes life a lot easier. So hard things might come, but you can kind of just slide through it a lot easier if you learn to live, to love, and to laugh. So that's my motto.
Is that one of the posts that your mom used to put up?
That's a good question. I bet she did. I know one of my mom's big quote was, some bunny loves you. So that was their theme of their wedding, and it was with little bunnies. So some bunny loves you. And so that was all over our house. It was always about love. So
That is so cute.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Amara, for joining us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was so great to talk to you.
Do you have any contact information so our listeners can reach out to you?
Yeah, my website is the best place to go. So www.amaraprince.com, and I'll spell my name, www.amaraprince.com.
Reach out to her, get on her website. She is there, she is listening, and she's ready to help you.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure speaking with you today.
Thanks, you too.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short commercial break.